Welcome everyone. This is Eliza Boné, and I am coming to you with a lot of excitement and really fabulous information about the new products that were revealed at today's HEAL convention. Today was the first day, September 15th, and they told us all about the new oils and the new products that are going to be joining our permanent stock. So let's get started and dive right in. So you might have noticed that I posted on our Facebook group that the Hope essential oil was going to be discontinued at the end of September. And that is true in a sense. The original Hope blend, which contains fractionated coconut oil, bergamot, ylang ylang, frankincense, and vanilla bean extract, is our original Hope blend, and that will be discontinued as of September 30th or until supplies run out. And this blend was originally created and is still part of the mission of supporting the Hope Action Plan to protect children against sex trafficking and so forth. Now, this original blend is incredible. I absolutely love it, and it's sweet and very comforting, and I even open my Hope to use in my diffuser because I love it so much. But as part of my convention package for enrolling and getting the virtual ticket, I also got the new Hope Essential Oil Blend, and you can see all of the other oils. So it's been reformulated. They're trying to make their oils a lot more sustainable and to impact more individuals that are on the other side of the bottle. And so this is one way that they're doing that. And you can see it has cedarwood, wild orange, lemon, petitgrain, pink pepper, bergamot, still bergamot in there, sandalwood, vetiver, magnolia, jasmine, and jasmine essential oil, which is the first time jasmine has actually been distilled into an essential oil and not an absolute. So more on that later. But this new Hope smells really, really nice as well. It's just different, right? Look at all the different oils compared to the original blend. The petitgrain and the pink pepper really stand out, and it has more of a masculine scent, and the original Hope is sweeter, more feminine. So I love having both versions. So if you want to try the original version, then take advantage while it's available. So this new Hope is going to be available for $25, 25 PV, and $10 of the purchase is going to be donated to the Hope Action Plan. I'm really excited that they've brought on this new oil. Now, something that we learned today was that 6 million bottles, more than 6 million bottles of peppermint and spearmint were sold globally in 2021. In 1 year, both of these oils sold that amount. Isn't that incredible? Well, obviously, they're both very, very popular and much loved oils. But what can we do to bring it all together and get the best of both worlds and beyond? Well, we have Super Mint, a new blend that has 4 different essential oils. You get peppermint, Japanese mint, which we've had as a promo, is very high in menthol, bergamot mint, we've also had that, and then spearmint. So all of these combined are now our new Super Mint Essential Oil Blend. I cannot wait to try this. I know my husband's a big peppermint fan, and so I'm wondering what his take is going to be on this new blend. But it's something that I think is a fabulous idea because mint has so many incredible properties. Now, the main constituent of this blend is menthol. So you can see it's more than 65% menthol, and then it has menthone and then linalool, little acetate, and carbone. So the menthol and the menthone give it that cooling sensation, very great for digestive upset, for your head tension. So the way you would use the peppermint and the spearmint, you can also use this supermint blend. You're going to get the 15 milliliter bottle. You're going to get the touch in a 10 milliliter roll-on that's already pre-diluted. And now we're going to have mint essential oil blend beadlets. So each of these beadlets will have about a quarter of a drop of essential oil. It's a really nice way to introduce taking oils internally to younger children, but a great way to just pop one in for fresh breath. And this is going to be an additional way that we can start using the essential oil. The 15 milliliter will be $32 with 32 PV. The 10 milliliter, $20 and 20 PV. And then the beadlets, $16 and 16 PV. So one thing that is very clear about the benefits of using any of the mints is that they really help with having focus, having mental clarity, and even stamina, because it gives you that boost of energy. Really helps if you're in that afternoon slump or midday slump and you're just feeling a little weary and looking at your clock, waiting for the time to go home. You might want to try some supermint and just give you a little bit of that pep to get you going through the rest of the day. As I mentioned, helps with occasional stomach upset, digestive discomfort. Also can be very soothing and comforting when you use it in a massage. And it's going to have a lot more benefits that we can go into in detail later on, but I just wanted to give you an overview of this new oil. Now, supermint is being sourced from India. All the mints in this blend are sourced from India, and they're being sourced in areas that have the highest poverty rates in that country. And with this initiative of bringing these 4 oils together into one bottle, we have supported over 16,000 small scale farmers that maybe would just have seasonal income from rice or from other crops that have a short window of cultivating their specific crop. But now with the 4 different mints, in addition to their native crops, they're going to be able to have a more steady year-round income. And so this is increasing the farmer's income by as much as 40%. This initiative and this partnership with doTERRA is truly life-changing for so many families. And that's really exciting. Now, I'm going to introduce a new oil to you, pronounced, let me see if I can get this right, Guaiacwood, and also known as holy wood. This is a very special oil. They're calling it liquid gold in a bottle. So let me tell you a little bit about this new oil. This new oil that is being sourced from an exclusive location that I'll mention in just a moment has 2 primary chemical components called sesquiterpenes, and they are guaiol and bulnezol. And both of these are very rare because they are part of the chemistry of this very special tree that is only grown in this region. It's not found anywhere else in the world, only in this region that I'm going to share with you. And so that's why these chemical constituents are not highly studied. They're not very popular. There's a lot of research now by doTERRA going into these sesquiterpenes and their benefits, and a research paper will be published with a lot more information in the very near future. But what we know is that this oil is coming to us from a very remote forest in the densest jungles of Paraguay. So this is the Chaco forest. And as I mentioned, it's exclusively sourced only from this region. And it is the densest woods in the world. If you try to sink a log in water, it doesn't float at all. As soon as you drop it in, there's no buoyancy. It just absolutely sinks. And because it's so dense, one log can burn all night long. That's how dense this wood is. And so the properties of this oil make it very stabilizing, also very calming, and it has benefits for the skin and the emotions. Now, look at this. This is only one of two oils that is semi-solid at room temperature. So after it's been distilled, it takes about 17 hours to distill it. You get this semi-solid essential oil. So that is really neat. This is what the wood looks like. It has this very thick inner ring that has almost like a deep blue color. And you can just see the resin from some of the images we saw today, how the resin and the oil are starting to seep up into this entire blue region. Now, of course, everything doTERRA does is sustainably sourced, and only 2 trees are being cultivated per acre every 20 years. And they are working with regions that have 37 million acres of native trees. And they're needing to clear some of these areas for their crops and for their animals. And so this partnership is going to be mutually beneficial for doTERRA, for us, as well as those that are trying to clear areas of the forest for their families. Now, this is a tree that grows back quickly. It has a very quick regrowth system. And in addition, just the benefits that it has for the environment. The younger trees are eliminating a lot more carbon than the older trees. So as they're harvested and the new sprout and the new trees come up, they're actually making more of a difference in our environment. So this oil is going to be $20 wholesale, 20 PV, very grounding aroma, can soothe minor skin irritations, and it promotes a tranquil atmosphere, which could be helpful for meditation. Let's look at our next new oil. This is called Spanish sage, also known as the salvation plant. Now, I believe they mentioned there's over 1,000 species of sage, and sage can have some varieties that can be harmful. And of course, doTERRA is very careful not to use anything that would be remotely dangerous. So they are sourcing the Spanish sage. This specific species is going to be free from any type of harmful constituents that can be present in other species like common sage. The main constituents that are found in this sage are going to be alpha-pinene, camphor, and 1,8-cineol. The Spanish sage will be $29 PV, $29 wholesale. And this one was highlighted at the convention as being excellent for focus and for memory. And I know all of us can probably benefit from support in this area. So it can help you have more alertness and even calm the mind down. So a great one to diffuse. It provides an uplifting and soothing aroma, promotes a positive atmosphere that can be conducive for focus and concentration. So maybe a good one for the kiddos or when you're trying to get some work done and really need to focus that attention, then Spanish sage might be a great one to use in your diffuser. Can also help, again, as I mentioned, with memory and cognitive performance. Let's move on to our next oil. Eucalyptus. You might be thinking, don't we already have eucalyptus? I'm positive we have eucalyptus, but what about super duper enhanced eucalyptus? This is a eucalyptus blend. It contains 5 varieties of eucalyptus. So it has the radiata, the polybractea, the cochii, the lockless, and the globulus. The cochii eucalyptus is found in our abode essential oil and all the products that are infused with the abode. And the globulus is in our, do you know? It's in our On Guard. So we're going to be adding a couple of other eucalyptus variations and species to this blend. So now we're going to have a more complete profile, a more complete chemistry to get the variation that each of these plants can provide. So it also helps because it makes the sourcing more sustainable as well as more reliable. In addition, you're going to have consistent chemistry throughout the different times of the year when you're bringing in different species of plants. So our eucalyptus blend can be helpful to create a calm atmosphere during stressful circumstances. It has cleansing properties and also provides a cooling sensation that can open up those airways. A great one to put in your shower, maybe steam some of that warm water to open up any type of congestion or difficulty breathing. Very purifying properties that can cleanse the air. In addition, you can use it with some fractionated coconut oil and apply it to your chest. And that can also be very supportive of your respiratory system. So $21 or 21 PVs. Let's make one more addition to our very popular and ever-growing On Guard collection. So most of you are probably familiar with the new products that were launched last year at convention, including the chewable tablets, and we have sanitizing wipes. Well, now we also have On Guard hand sanitizing gel. And this antiseptic gel is going to kill 99.9% of most common germs, which are noted on this image as well. And it has a 70% plant-derived ethyl alcohol base. It's not sticky, very moisturizing formula, and of course, free from parabens and triclosan and phthalates. So this will be $7.50 wholesale and $5 PV. I was really intrigued when they announced our shampoo and conditioner in a bar. So now we have a strengthening bar. You can take it to the gym. You can take it in, when you go camping. It's going to be a lot more portable and ecologically friendly because there's no plastic. And so you have a shampoo in a bar as well as a conditioner in a bar. And both of these are going to be primarily rosemary and mint. And I believe there's other essential oils in there as well. But the packaging is all bio-based. It's all recyclable. And it's going to replace 2 8.5 ounces of plastic bottles. Plus, it's going to save 13.6 fluid ounces of water. So very green, very clean. Again, no sulfates, no parabens, no phthalates. It's safe for all hair types and it's color safe. So if you get your hair done, if you get your hair dyed, You don't have to worry. These two are going to be very safe for you to use. And doTERRA is always moving towards being more and more and more environmentally conscious. So vegan friendly, cruelty free, and sustainably sourced. So the shampoo and the conditioner are each going to be $17.25 with a PV of 12. Let me tell you about one of my all-time favorite oils. I won this essential oil last year, and this is the first jasmine distilled essential oil. Jasmine is usually an absolute because the science of trying to extract the oil from this very, very delicate plant it's just been very difficult. Like no one's done it until now. And so, yes, we do have a jasmine touch, which is an absolute, but this is jasmine essential oil. And it was not available. You had to win it last year. And I just prize mine, and I try not to use it because it's so precious. And I just thought, what if we never have it again? And I wanted my little 2.5 milliliter bottle to last forever, making sure I didn't use it, and I'd hide it from my husband because he loves the scent as well. But now, guess what? It's part of our collection. We're going to have it available. I'm just so happy about this. So jasmine is, as I mentioned, very precious and very difficult to harvest. It has to be harvested before the sun comes up, and each flower is harvested by hand, and you need a lot of jasmine to create a distilled essential oil. So a very warm and inviting aroma, and you can use it topically for your skin. It's excellent for the skin, and it will be $150 for 2.5 milliliters and 100 PV. So save up, because this is going to be worth adding to your essential oil collection. And if I have any husbands out there, any boyfriends listening to this is the oil to get her. She's going to love you for it. All right, so I have a class that I recently recorded on MetaPWR. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I will quickly go over this new, it's absolutely cutting edge system that is going to revolutionize your metabolism. So MetaPWR, I'm going to link the other video in the description so you can get a sense of all the different intricacies of this incredible product. But let's go over it very, very briefly. Now, only 6.8% of the US population has optimal cardiometabolic health. Only 6.8%, which means this is going to affect your body mass index, right? Our weight, our blood glucose, lipids, blood pressure, and our cardiovascular health. They did a survey. It was by the National Health and Nutrition Examination of 55,000 plus people 20 years and over. And out of all those people, less than 7% had optimal cardiometabolic health, which means most of us don't. We either have one or more of these different health conditions that we want to reverse, we want to support, we want to make better. So we can take control of our metabolic health by using the new MetaPWR system. And I'm going to go through each one of these in a little bit of detail. The metabolic health obstacles that we face are maturing fat cells, which is, of course, obesity and weight gain and problems losing weight. I know that I've been one of them, especially in these last couple of years that I've been very homebound. And yeah, your age, if you're postmenopausal or menopausal, if you have blood glucose issues, if you have thyroid issues. There's just so many factors that can impact your weight. And I know I have all of those. So we're going to be examining some of the culprits that can inhibit us from reaching our optimal metabolic health. The other one is blood sugar spikes, cellular integrity, and then inferior supplements. And we all know that we have support in that area. You all know that we have the LLV, or Lifelong Vitality Pack. So I'm not going to be touching on that here. You can watch my class for details on those supplements, but I am going to cover the other three very briefly. Now, if you are familiar with Slim and Sassy, it has been discontinued, and now we have an even better. It's a synergistic blend that has been scientifically optimized. So the same oils that we had in Slim and Sassy, they have been reformulated into different quantities that have scientifically been proven to be far superior to Slim and Sassy. And I know they're going to be teaching us more about those studies in the coming days. And when I have that information, I'll be happy to share it with you. But for now, just know that our MetaPWR has been upgraded, and it is going to be so incredible to support fat cell maturation. So if you don't know this, I didn't know this for a long time. I just found out a couple of years ago that we have the same amount of fat cells. We don't get rid of fat cells. Whatever amount of fat cells you had when you were a child, you're going to have the same amount when you're older. The only thing that changes is the size of the fat cell. So as we grow in size, as we get chunkier and heavier and start to get overweight, then that cell grows and grows and grows and grows. So it's holding on to more of that fat. But what the MetaPWR Metabolic Blend does is that it inhibits that growth. It actually helps the cell shrink. So that's exciting. And that's what helps with keeping our weight more balanced. It can also support with cravings, and cravings can be our downfall. If we have cravings, especially if we're addicted to certain substances like sugar, then it can be very difficult to resist temptation when it comes our way. So the MetaPWR Metabolic Blend will support with those cravings. And then, of course, it's going to support our overall metabolic health and can even support our glucose levels. I know that I previously and still am using the Slim and Sassy to support in all of these areas, and it's worked really well for me. I can't even imagine how incredible this new upgraded formulation is going to be. Now, the Metabolic Blend is coming in 4 different ways that you can take it. You can take it as an essential oil. You can use the gum or the beadlets between meals if you have that craving, or if you need something to just satisfy you until your next meal, then those might be really good options to have handy. And then, of course, we're going to have the soft gels. So 4 different ways that we can use and access the MetaPWR Metabolic Blend. So we took care of maturing fat cells, check. The next one is blood sugar spikes. Now, blood sugar spikes can happen to anyone, whether you have glucose dysregulation or not. If you miss a meal, if you didn't eat enough nutrition, if you go a long time without eating, you can have those ups and those downs in your sugar. And if you don't have a regular, consistent level, it can affect your mood. You can get headaches. You can get, what do they call it? Hangry. I know I get hangry. If I miss a meal or I go a long time without eating, it does affect my mood. And so there's a lot of negatives, because every time your sugar spikes, you are allowing oxidation to take place. You're stressing out your body, and not in a good way. Sugar dysregulation is a pretty big deal. And so the more even that you can keep it, the better you're going to feel and the better it's going to be for your overall health. So let's look at what we have to support with these glucose spikes. We have MetaPWR Assist. May decrease post-meal glucose spikes, reduces absorption of simple carbohydrates, so it slows down that process so you don't get that spike. It supports a healthy blood sugar response and stabilizes energy levels throughout the day. So again, watch my class if you want more details on all of these different supplements and this new line that I'm sharing with you today. I go into a lot more on each of these, but just to give you an idea of what each of these different products do in the collection, because you definitely want to take note of the tools and the resources we have available now through this kit. The metabolic health obstacle number 3 I want to touch on is cellular integrity. What does that mean? Well, as we age, we begin to notice the signs of aging in our energy, in our mental cognition, in our skin, in everything that we do in our metabolism. So it's just the process of biological aging. But what if we could reverse it? What if we could have more quality years instead of going downhill as we age, being able to keep a pretty level health throughout even those older years? And all of that has to do with our metabolism and having the right support to keeping it functioning properly. So the MetaPWR Advantage is promoting healthy biological aging, improving our health span. So the difference between lifespan and health span. So lifespan is how long we live. Health span is how well we live, how healthy we feel throughout our life. And we all want that. It is said that the last 8 years of our life is usually very compromised. It's not a quality of life. And so we want that for ourselves. We want to live into our older years as healthy and as vibrant as possible. The MetaPWR Advantage improves cognitive function, supports lean muscle and connective tissue, plus improves skin elasticity and firmness. Now, this collection is free from all of these things. No soy or nuts or pesticides or gluten or sugar or dairy or preservatives or artificial anything or GMOs. So doTERRA is very conscientious about bringing us top of the line products, cutting edge products without compromising the integrity of their products, because we want to live healthier, longer, and we don't want to compromise using things that are going to be subpar to what our body truly needs to thrive. Now, some of the synergistic blends included in this advantage is the metabolic blend that I mentioned earlier, which has the grapefruit and the lemon and the ginger and the cinnamon. Also marine collagen, and we'll go into the collagen in just a second. It has NMN. NMN is a molecule that keeps our metabolism young. By the time we're 50, we have half of the NMN that we had when we were 20. And so as that molecule declines, of course, our metabolism declines. And so we want to put that back into our body and give our body what it needs to thrive and to boost up that metabolism. It has hyaluronic acid, resveratrol, sea buckthorn fruit extract, even vitamin C and biotin. So this is going to be a power blend. Now on the marine collagen, usually collagen will have 2 types of peptides. So 2 types of collagen. That's what you get no matter where you go. 2 types of collagen max. This has 9 types of collagen. That's pretty incredible. You're not going to find that anywhere else. And it is sourced sustainably from cold water marine fish in Italy. So more details on this will be coming down the line. Now, how do you get all of these products? All of this new line that I just mentioned today is available if you have a ticket to the convention. It could be an in-person ticket, it can be a virtual ticket. And so if you want to get this kit, it's $240 wholesale, and you would purchase it through your one-time order option on your wholesale account. Getting it together as a kit is going to save you 37%. Now, maximum is 2 kits per account while supplies last. So if you haven't gotten your doTERRA convention ticket, you can go to heal.doterra.com, get your $35 ticket, and you can listen to the highlights of the convention and you can watch the recordings at your leisure. But that's also going to open up the availability of this convention kit so that you can add it to your cart. So I hope that you found this information useful. I will be bringing a lot more details on all the products later on as I receive them, but I didn't want to wait and I didn't want you to miss out. So that's why I just put this together real quickly to make sure that you got an overview of what's going to be available. Now, just as we wrap up on the product launch timeline, the hand sanitizer gel, the Eucalyptus Blend, the Guaiacwood, the Jasmine, the shampoo and conditioner bars, and the MetaPWR kit. The Power Kit will be available on October 1st. On November, the MetaPWR will be sold individually. So October 1st, they're going to have a kit available where you can get all the products. And then in November, you can get the individual products. The Super Mint will not be arriving until January 2023. And then the Spanish Sage will be March 2023. Those will be coming later on. Thank you so much for joining me, and make sure if you're watching the recording on YouTube, if you enjoyed this information, give it a thumbs up, click the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos, and make sure that you subscribe as well. See you all next time. Bye-bye.